It probably leaves because I'm going to fill the raft, but I'll just have to move Bob here. I get 2 She-Hulks, and then we pass the turn, and I get to go She-Hulk, She-Hulk, Hit Monkey, plus my free card. Well, they did buy out the season pass. What kind of whale are we dealing with here? Only 44,000. Only 44,000. Shit. They ever compete on the left? Orca center means they would need 10 on the right plus 17 in the middle, which seems unlikely, right? I think I spread for all 3. Let's see if not putting monkey right punishes me. Close. Victory. Beta Ray Bill is what we refer to as an archetype defining card. He has a mechanically unique effect that is not replaceable in the decks that are playing him. Hydra Bob is a good example of a good card that is what I refer to as replacement level, where you can substitute it for something like Titania and still get a pretty similar effect and have the deck still function. Wait, they didn't play for Asgard or Castle Blackstone? Weird. Is it this? I think it's this, right? So then I get to pass on 5 with 6 and have free She-Hulks. Free She-Hulks plus Hit Monkey is my happy place chip. These are a few of my favorite things. They're twinsies on their split too. Oh my gosh, drawing from Asgard meant that they bricked their Falcon. That's great for us. When I have 7 energy, so I get to play 2 armors too? Holy. How would you rank Pocket for difficulty compared to Snap? Way easier, question mark. That's what we like to refer to as a leading question in the biz. I think describing the types of gameplay is more accurate. I agree with Steric. Marvel Snap is more similar to poker, and Pocket is more similar to chess. Which says nothing about the difficulty of either of them, but rather describes the play patterns that you execute in them. Pocket is a game where there's more face-up information on the board, and the strategy is in navigating that information back and forth between both players. Whereas Marvel Snap has a betting mechanic, even down to the last turn of the game where there's often 50-50s or percentage plays in that manner. But if you're bad at both, they're both strategy games at their core. How did you get your card to have the gold background like that? With the most powerful card in mobile gaming, your credit card. You too could have gold splits on every single card in Marvel Snap. Money, 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 money. Do, do, do. And remember, chat, every whale's most powerful card needs a powerful place to be kept. Be sure to check out our extra link to save some dollary dues on the world's slimmest smart wallet. Protect your powerful card with its RFID blocking technology and the ability to find it anywhere in your home or the world with the tracker chip.
Hey man, I'm cool.
I think one thing that's super true about Pokemon Pocket right now, Johnson, is that Pokemon Pocket's current range of cards is much smaller than Snap, which means the deck building depth and complexity is definitely less at the moment. Pokemon Pocket's first set is basically the equivalent of playing with only Series 1 and 2 cards in Marvel Snap. Which isn't to say that that experience is bad, but it is to say, like, it's markedly got some simpler designs because it's an onboarding set for the game. I can't math! This is many years, I'm pretty sure. Tom Tracy, one of Hoaglandia's triple-digit sub-club members. Thank you for the rapidly approaching 9 years of support. That sounds right, right? 96 months is 8 years, coming up on 9. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Nine is 108. Look at that. Look at those gamers helping us math. It's been a trip. Hope life's treating you well. When Snap released, was Series 3 active? It was, but it took you several weeks to get there. Free-to-play players in particular spend about 3 weeks in Series 1 and Series 2. Would I like an additional copy of BoJack Norseman? Sure would. You tried to make a second account and do the new player experience. I do not need to experience the new player experience in Marvel Snap to know it's bad, no. I would like the record to reflect I am supposed to leave here, but I am going to take my cubes and set them on fire for the sake of making content for those of you at home. Please appreciate me. Mother of God. Mook's sake. The real shame we didn't draw a hammer here.
All systems go.
If we drew a hammer to copy with Moon Girl, we could have had a real shot. Yeah, just no hammer, so I can't even cope into staying. Take a cube.
Escaped.
Sedge. What decks compete with the negative gore decks? Decks that kick their sandcastle over? The negative gore deck also just isn't particularly consistent, so it just doesn't have a super high win rate because its draws don't come together very often. But it's probably up there for most points of power a deck can output if you're not explicitly, if your draw works. Like, Negative Gore's best draw, other decks best draw, negative Gore is probably a cut above. The type of deck where you need to consider the median draw more than the best draw.
Opponent snapped.
This is another spot where we're probably supposed to leave. I'm gonna hang out because I want to actually play Marvel Snap like some kind of idiot, but I assume we're gonna get locked out of one or both of these locations here in the center. I was sure he kitty post OT. Unplayable garbage.
Face the might of Asgard.
And we're just very dead to gore.
Escaped.
Definitely been a slide down the ladder kind of day. It's not feeling like off-meta decks are particularly competitive. Okay. Okay. Science. The test tube ice cream sundae is so good. Is King each tree in our deck? I'm starting to wonder that myself. Thoroughly juiced, gamers. Thoroughly juiced. Yeah, I want to get Bojack into the left. Yeah, I agree that feels a little bit like a pain point for Snap Elusive. I don't know that I'd say any of the gameplay is bad necessarily, but it's been very samey for a little bit now. I think is very accurate to say. We draw 2 hammers out of 7 cards. 2 hammers and a dream. Cool. This means Captain Marvel has to cover here. Do I want to put both monkeys here? The monkeys are 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They're 13 apiece. This is 26. And 12 is 38. 41. 41's overkill. What's the best way to play around Elith? That's a good question, honestly. It's probably this. It's probably this. If they Elith us left, they could get us. Crush that. Higher, further, faster, baby. Lower, closer, slower, Grandma, sit down.
Victory.
We were actually talking about it earlier, Silv. The Elith play rate post-nerf is actually the highest post-nerf play rate I've ever seen on Untapped. It's north of 30% still. It actually just, like, didn't miss a beat. And higher than pre-nerf. Nah, it's about the same. It was in the 25 to 30% range pre-nerf, depending on how you cut the data, and it's still right there. Yeah, it was basically only a nerf to the card in the suitor deck, is, I think, accurate. Every other deck that was playing it previously still wants it. People unironically saying Elith is better against Shang-Chi are just like the ultimate form of Marvel Snap Take Brain Rot. Holy. Seek help, gamers. You need it desperately. Yes, my opponent played Wicked and got Galacta into Tarnax. Listen, chat, some games you're the Pidgey, other games you're the statue. It's just not gonna always break your way. Like, sometimes that's just how it goes. Damn shame I can't play Rocket Raccoon. So they have to play something left. Anything left beats us, and then I'm gaining 9 in the middle up to 17. So you only need a 3 power thing there.
Escaped.
Escaped. I'm gonna be honest, Stu. A few of the things you've said here over the last little bit have been really close to making me incredibly frustrated, and the take of you should just play decks that are only good against Elith when I'm sitting here trying to play a variety of decks for the sake of my job is just like so fucking asinine. You can come back on Monday if you still want to be here, but I don't want to hear from you again today. I'm trying to have a reasonable day. Well, filling the Raft means I can't copy Mjolnir. So I think I'm moongirling here. Swan has no text anymore. And they're filling this turn anyways, that's fine. Do we play Mjolnir and copy the Raft card? 1, I wouldn't be able to copy the Raft card even if I played Mjolnir. 2, the Raft card currently costs, would cost 6 because of their Mobius. Mobius is invisible like Echo. Certainly feels like it. Oh man, that's the Hitmonkey I wanted for Christmas. Is it enough? I don't know if that's enough. It's 9? Good pixie draw could get us. I'm gonna say it's enough otherwise. Play for the left. The Gore's getting 6 bigger, chat. Up to 29. And I can only add 12, 21. Yeah, I lose. A monkey on the left loses to them playing a single on reveal. So this is definitely the play to win line. Maybe overcommitted here by 1, but I guess I wouldn't have been able to play it out anyways. It would have been short a card. Oh yeah, they have a Raft card too, lol. They're waiting here for a second, so maybe the Raft card is trash, and we have a shot. Oh yeah, we know they have their hammer also, is a wonderful call out. Pixie and a decent Pixie or a decent Raft card both get us, so.
To me. To me.
I can't believe they went in the tank having 17 power. That's so wild. Yeah, Mobius stops Mr. Negative from reducing the cost of things. That was really close, all things considered. Their Raft card was trash, yep. Decent Pixie, though, making the Elith cheaper. Alright, this deck hasn't been good, but it hasn't been terrible. And I largely enjoy the cards inside of it, so let's go ahead and take a brief pause for the cause and let the adverts roll. We're going to do another set with it when we return. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Holy Christ. Twitch chat watches one game where armor's not useful, suggests we cut it, get Killmonger the next game, someone suggests we add it back in. Freaking video gamers. I'm using the bathroom chat, BRB. Yeah, I bet we see more buffs to the Thor package. After playing with a bunch of different Thor decks today, and the best of them being only okay at absolute best, even after this beta ray build buff, I bet we'll see more love to the Thor package before long. It's very, very clear through printing cards like this one that they want these cards to be competitive. It definitely feels like they are consistently falling short. How good is Penny in Wiccan? I honestly don't think Penny's good enough in Wiccan that if you're between her and another card that's going to unlock a deck, I would get the other card. Thank you. I think you can easily. You say earlier the Kitty Shuri deck is dead post-OTA. I said earlier the Kitty Shuri deck didn't get better post-OTA and it was bad before it, so...
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
Never good. Oh, Great Web gives us Asgard. Oh, they resolve in order. I knew that somewhere in my heart of hearts. I bet part of the issue is they want the Thor package to be playable as an archetype without making it generically strong in general. Yeah, it's fair. That's a reasonable observation. No way they have room for Shang in their deck, right? Chipmunk our best try. It was, but we still kind of just get Elith.
Mjolnir to me. Mjolnir to me.
It's just been so many 1-point games today. Just like literally Rocket or Hit Monkey Center over the Nico Minaru, and we win the game. But also, we lose if they put Ajax and Hazmat left, and I don't have Rocket Raccoon there as well, right? So I needed Rocket left to beat Ajax Hazmat there. So I needed this Rocket to be wherever the Ajax Hazmat. Ajax is a very good Marvel Snap card. Ajax has been... I think Ajax is a super ideal power level release. He is a card that has been consistently competitive without basically ever being overbearing since he dropped. I'll look at rollover stuff after we're done with this deck. I don't want to do it in the middle of what could be a highlight for the YouTube channel. No Acid Arrow, one-time dealer. No acid arrow, 1-time dealer.
Face the might of Asgard.
How do they play Ajax and Hazmat in turn 6? Wiccan's the best card in Marvel Snap. That's lovely. You turning it around, gamers? Or I'd be turning it around.
I'm about to juice this up.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. They're least likely to Elith me here. Win? Question mark? I'm only tying the center? How's this breaker work out? I think I lose the breaker, yeah. No, we don't. We win. So I'm getting plus 6 on the left, yeah.
Mjolnir
Cool.
to me.
We finally got it by 1 point instead of losing by 1 point. Feels extra good to do that to someone that emoted out of their ever-loving mind, and then Elith does. It's for the cubes, dickhead. Keep that dub to Nico Minaru for sure. Well, is a phenomenal draw. Just looking for like a sunspot now to round this handout.
This land is always changing.
Well, gamers, we hit the sunspot I wanted. Our hand's not bad, honestly.
I'm about to juice this up.
Theirs is also pretty good, though. So we activate, and then She-Hulks and Rocket Raccoons are free next turn. And then we get to play Luke, Armor, She-Hulk, She-Hulk, Rocket Raccoon, Rocket Raccoon. Actually, we play Valentina, not Luke, because it's the same power, and it gives us an extra energy to soak into Sunspot. I wanna soak up some sun Do 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 do. Hulks and Rocket Raccoons and Valentinas, oh my. We're still winning the center, yeah? Cool. Okay. I was gonna be a little tilted if we lost to US Ajax because I didn't play Luke Cage for the sake of one more sunspot power. Gonna be a little upset with myself. In the future, I should play the Luke Cage.
Victory.
Luke decks are often things that work with it. Penny Parker and Galacta at some point. Get around to that later. Do both of those at the same time. Yeah, the black border effects look stellar now. They did such a good job finally getting them right. You know who loves him a chimichanga, chat? Bojack Norseman. Bojack Norseman loves him a chimichanga. Baby. Oh, baby. Hmm. I think the lunch plans have changed. I think it's this now. I think it's this now. Two bows! We have math on that. We were talking earlier. We had Tom was in with 104 months, I think it was. 104 or 106. 104. I was right the first time. Thank you for the 111-month resubscription. Tom is the only person on the Tubos is the only person on the channel who has been subscribed as long as I've had a button. 9.25 years. All right, we dodged a bullet on the Stormbreaker there. Feels good, man. Sunk cost fallacy at this point. It's true, you know. We'll activate this just in case they get rid of the Elysium. And She-Hulk's gonna cost me 3 next turn, so we can play everything in hand. We can even play Hitmonkey if we draw it. We're hoping to draw Hitmonkey or second Stormbreaker next turn. Woo! Dodging bullets. All right, 2 good draws and 6 cards. 33% to be happy. Instead, I got some coal. What do we think? This is 12 and 6, 18 over here up to 24. It's 8 in the middle up to 16. So they would need 9 and 8, which not impossible, but improbable. Do us dirty for once. Fill the left for Jugs. They discarded their Juggernaut to Moon Knight.
Victory.
Well then. Unfortunately, this deck kind of doesn't work without the king. You need the king to be able to hit your hammers to copy them with Moon Girl. So if you end up not having that, your deck ends up getting a good bit worse, unfortunately.
Face the might of Asgard. Union.
Time's up.
I need a hammer. Do 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 do. Wait, we win, yeah?
Higher, further, faster.
Camp can't cover 2? Sometimes lucky, rubber ducky.
Victory.
You buy Mockingbird with tokens after the Airship OTA. I mean, Airship's still a playable deck. So if you want it and you want to play Mockingbird in it, that's fine. Hydra Bob's super replaceable here. You can sub him for Titania or Ant-Man. Probably Ant-Man, honestly. This deck's pretty good at filling its lanes up. Draw mode is candy on this Nor dimension. Holy. Yeah, the replaceable higher series cards in this deck are Nico and Bob. Swan, Hitmonkey, King, and Beta Ray are kind of core. Elysium's been our personal feature location today. They're a lockjaw deck with Nor Dimension, Monka. If you have Hope Summers might do a Swan impersonation in some games for you. That could be worth trying.
I'm about to juice this up.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
I don't think I can win because of Eternal's arc. There's just too many moving pieces this game. I could Hydra Bob snap him into the center, and then we probably draw a hammer for Beta Rebuild next turn. This isn't a great snap from like a position in the game perspective, but it's an alright snap from we need to move Bob to maybe win the game perspective. Not the hammer I needed. I needed to be able to go She-Hulk, She-Hulk, Bojack hammer. We know they have Bill's hammer, chat.
Escaped.
Even then, I don't think we were doing it. Would have only been 27 over here, and they would have only needed a little bit more. I guess they would have been losing 8. They'd have been losing 5. Okay, but we might have been dead regardless.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir.
This is a Negasonic Teenage Warhead deck. I'm saying that now for my benefit, to try and remember later as much as I'm saying it for yours. This is a Negasonic Teenage Warhead deck.
Mjolnir. To me.
There's one card in my deck. So I'm going to copy Bojack here because it gives us a 50% chance to draw the Stormbreaker and then play 2 of them and power them up. Can I get some coin flips in the chat, please? Even play the sunspot. No, probably not. It shouldn't matter, yeah. Well, they just didn't play for the... What are they doing? They must not have realized, or maybe they were just fine making one more thing on a coin flip. They were beating us if I didn't play anything here. Honestly, with them only having one card here, it might have been right for me to go Sunspot Hammer here. Might have been the correct sequence there. Yeah, we're just betting on us not adding power to the right. Hey, General! I'd like to get you a sword to go with your shield. Welcome back. This is a Silver Samurai variant, right? Such a sweet profile picture. Harsh, but fair. The good news is, there aren't many more rocks I can draw. Alright, we take that. Alright, let's draw She-Hulk Hit Monkey as our last two cards. Rocket on the Dark Dimension works no matter what. No, you need to, thank you, deck. You need to, Rocket only triggers the Dark Dimension if they play to it on the last turn. Close, honestly.
Victory.
I think if they don't leave here, it's like She-Hulk, Moon Girl, Rocket, Hammer? Maybe Hammer here? All right, gamers. It took most of the day, but we finally did it. We found a Beta Ray build deck that after playing it, I didn't feel completely embarrassed and hate what I had spent my time doing. What a lovely. And this deck, I mean, it's not hard for me to love what's going on here. There's so many of my favorites. I'm a big fan of She-Hulk Sunspot. I'm a big fan of Hitmonkey. I like the Thor package. It's just a bunch of great flavors that taste pretty reasonable together. Gosh, do we have Gold Crackle on almost everything in this deck too? It's everything but King and Thor, huh? All right, Thor. Sorry. Before we split him, card replacements. I think Black Swan, Hitmonkey, Beta Ray Bill, and King are unfortunately all kind of key core pieces here. Nico and Hydra Bob can be substituted for your favorite other 1 energy cards. I think Bob and Nico are ideal, but I think if you're subbing them for, what are good ones? Ant-Man, Titania, stuff like that, that's gonna give you stats, even maybe Iceman, all pretty reasonable things to be doing. I was gonna pull up the stats for this, like, look at that, we won over 50% of our games too. Plus positive cubes, never snapping, and and 8 overall. Lovely, lovely. All right, let's see if we can get Thor. See if we can get Thor or Gold Crackle to match his friends, huh?
Infinity.
You should probably not play Martyr. I think I'd play Titania first. As deck fills locations, okay. Titania, Ant-Man are probably the two. What a cursed Christmas, Thor! Alright, he's gonna get set to favorite because all the rest of the kids are Gold Crackles. But good golly, what a monkey paw split right there, gamers. Another finger curls right on up. Have some adverts, chat. We're gonna play a different deck when we return. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere.